Land of the free, and yet our former president not so free. You like what I did there? We're talking about the judge setting Trump's trial date in 2020 election case for the upcoming year. March 4th is the date. March the 4th be with you, I say, because I am getting libbed up. March 4th, 2024 is the special counsel's case against former President Donald Trump related to his alleged efforts to overturn the 2020 presidential election. Let's take a look.
Former President Donald Trump is due to go on trial on March 4th over his efforts to overturn the 2020 election. Now, that is barely 6 months away, if you can believe that, and one day before a key moment in the 2024 election where Donald Trump, as you know, was the leading Republican candidate. Scott McFarland was there yesterday when the judge set that trial date.
The federal case against Donald Trump for allegedly trying to overturn the 2020 election and his current campaign are now poised to collide head-on in March. Over the protest of defense lawyers, Judge Tanya Chutkin set jury selection to begin on the first Monday in March, just one day before Super Tuesday.
He's running for office, but she said at the same time that doesn't mean that everything gets pushed back until after the election.
A Trump defense lawyer argued so loudly they needed until 2026 to review the millions of pages of evidence, the judge twice asked him to take the temperature down. But prosecutors argued by waiting, Trump could taint the jury pool with his ongoing vitriolic public statements.
I have a guy, they
I have
call
to
him
pee.
deranged.
This is the D.C. one, the federal one. I got to pee. I'll be back.
Jack Smith, he's deranged.
How are you feeling today, Mr. Meadows?
Meanwhile, in Atlanta, a surprise in court when Trump's former chief of staff, Mark Meadows, took the witness stand for more than 3 hours as he seeks to move his Fulton County racketeering case to federal court. Under questioning, Meadows denied ordering a memo on how to block the certification of the 2020 vote and said he sat in on meetings Trump had with state officials to help track Trump's schedule and time, including this call to Georgia's Secretary of State.
I just want to find 11,780 votes, which is one more than we have.
Meadows testified he was serving as a federal official, while prosecutors argued his actions were not necessary and proper duties.
His co-defendants are watching today's proceedings like hawks. What happens to Meadows could have a very significant impact on whether their cases move ahead in state or federal court.
As the state case proceeds, Trump and his co-defendants are set for arraignment Wednesday morning in Fulton County. Here in D.C., the judges set October and December deadlines for pretrial motions with 4 criminal trials. On the calendar for 2024, it is simply a jam-packed calendar ahead. Nate?
And we will have updates every day along the way. Scott, thank you.
Joining us now, a man who hopes to live there someday.
Come. I'm going to come. Okay. So, yeah, people are spelling Marvel Cinematic Universe chat. They're saying MCU. They're all fucking MCU fans. If you don't understand why people are spelling that, it's because they're ridiculous supporters of the MCU. It's fucking annoying. They can't get enough of it. They're like, oh my God, I'm going to come for MCU. That's what they're saying. They love Marvel. So, the other court case that is a lot closer is the Georgia one. Now, there's a new court date for the Georgia court case as Mark Meadows is testifying in a bid to move the Georgia Trump court case to federal for himself. Okay. I want to understand the arraignment process, and I'm not exactly familiar. It seems that former President Trump will be arraigned next Wednesday in Georgia over charges he and 18 co-defendants sought to overturn the state's election results. The arraignment has been set for 9:30 a.m. on September 6th, the first of all the defendants who are charged in a sweeping racketeering case alleging they joined a criminal enterprise bent on keeping Trump in power. Okay? This is a mere formality. And the arraignments are set in 15-minute increments by Fulton County Superior Court Judge Scott McAfee. At their arraignments, defendants will formally hear the charges brought against them and enter their pleas. In Trump's 3 other criminal cases, he has pleaded not guilty to all charges. Donald Trump starts at 9:30, and the arraignments go all the way until 3 p.m. However, I assume that this will be done over Zoom, possibly. The mugshot is not the arraignment. This is another formal part of the court proceedings. A lot of people have never been to court, and it shows. Okay? Let me tell you something. Every aspect of this is boring, monotonous, it's just time consuming. All this shit is silly for the most part. It is the death by bureaucracy. Arraignments in Georgia can be done over Zoom. Trump won't be there. Yeah. Not guilty to all counts set forth in the indictment. Bond continued. New court dates set. Is that a bad thing? I mean, probably not. I don't know. You could probably streamline some of this shit. I don't know enough about the intricacies, I'll be honest. And also, a lot of states have different versions, different methods. But it is, of course, yes, designed, the legal process is designed to suck the life out of you, or at least, like, make it as complicated as possible so that, like, moneyed interests always win. The moneyed side always has an advantage. And this is, of course, the same for civil courts as well as criminal courts as well. Ultimately, Trump's experience in the American legal structure is going to be very different than the average person. After all, he has Secret Service, and he was the former president, and he has a lot of money and a lot of adoring fans who get very touchy about him seeing even a modicum of legal scrutiny. So that's the situation at hand, but this is not going to be, as far as I understand, a like arrest moment, an arrestable moment, a clippable moment even. Hasan abi sen salaklık yaptın, sana villa veriyorlar ama ben salaklık yaptım, bana sus diyorlar. Nasıl senin gibi salak olabilirim? Yardım edebilir misin bana? That's funny. Turkish Hogs in the chat saying, when you're Hasan, when you behave like a fucking idiot, they give you a villa. When I behave like a fucking idiot, they tell me to shut up. Can you tell me how to be a fucking idiot like you? Is really funny because it's like, bro, worry about your currency, my guy. What are you doing? You know what I mean? It's like, Donet is like 45 lira, and this motherfucker's in here typing on, it's like there's a new tax on fucking phones that's like, what, 700% or some shit. This motherfucker went and dropped what people would pay for cars in Turkey just to get in the fucking chat, okay? And just type that out only to get banned. You know what I mean? How are you doing that? How are you LARPing as though you are an American hog and you're in fucking Turkey doing this? İnanamıyorum yani. Adam gitmiş iPhone almış, araba parası verip, vergisini verip, gelmiş burada chatte diyor ki abi sen salaksın. Ben de senin gibi salak olmak istiyorum. Peki hadi bakalım yap. Anyway. Yani adam, oğlum kendi götündeki yarrağa bak sen ya. Bana gelip burada Amerikalı gibi laf edeceğini. Anlatabiliyor muyum? Yani götüne giren yarrağı görmüyorsun abi. Hala bana bağırmaya çalışıyorsun salak burada. İnanamıyorum. Anyway, let's continue. That's what I said. Yep. Now I want to do them. Okay.